Okay, we've got our top three finishers from our final race of the weekend here at Daytona International Speedway, the Mission King of the Baggers. Our winner today, Kyle Wyman, second place, Troy Harfas, and third place, James Rispoli. We'll start with James, unless you didn't notice, it's the exact same podium as we had yesterday. James, third again, 2/3 in Daytona, not necessarily probably a bad thing for you to get out of here with that many points.
Yeah, I mean, we said yesterday, the weekend we've had, we would take fifth place. So to come out here with third place, sitting third in the championship, going to tracks we know the Harley's really good at, is huge. The team worked immensely all weekend. Didn't even get any laps this morning, so we kind of threw a setup, an educated setup in for the race, which we knew because Kyle was doing really well on it. So, yeah, it was a crazy race. A little bit crazier in the beginning. Definitely a bigger chessboard, and I felt that early on Troy was slowing it down a little bit to kind of keep some more guys in. Hayden got up in there early on, and I think I even led a lap. So it was a bit crazy early on. Things kind of shuffle around a little bit. We saw some crazy maneuvers. Not really what I love to see out there. We're all racing hard, but, I don't think we need that. And then, it kind of settled down a little bit. Troy did a great move. I don't know where it was, but got a bit of a gap in turn one and ripped it through the infield like he does, and kind of got a bit of a gap on me. Kyle came through. I tried to suck in behind him, but he was really killer through the chicane this weekend, and I just couldn't quite get there. Had a couple moments myself, and so I had a gap, so I just brought it home to get the points. So it's a good weekend for us. We built really solid points. We got a really good base with the team. I feel like we are a force to be reckoned with, and I hope everybody loved that battle. That's what we want to see, is two factories going head-to-head.
All right, very good. Congratulations. Second place today, Troy. Second yesterday, second today. Obviously, it's your first MotoAmerica race here at Daytona. Today was a little different. It looked like why don't you tell us what happened on the last lap, because it was a little confusing for those watching.
I overshot the chicane, and probably because of what I done yesterday, most people think I was trying to back the race up again, but that wasn't the plan. I just went in too deep and couldn't stop. The bike backed in a little bit, and I was going too fast to open the throttle to straighten the bike up, and I messed it up. I don't know if I could have won it. I don't know what the gap was, but once I messed it up, I was like, shit. I better have a look now and try and draft him. and I messed that up too. He went low.
You stayed high for a long time.
So yeah, too long. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, basically it's extremely frustrating because I've got good pace and I just don't have the experience. And I've done a lot of cycling in my time too, and that's all about draft. So I should be better.
Okay, so you've got Daytona under your belt, and then we go to Coda and Road Atlanta. So the rest of them are, I don't want to say real racetracks. That would not be good for here, but I mean different racetracks. Okay, we don't have the banking; they're more just road courses. So you feel like, I knew coming in here, you said you didn't know where you stood. I think now you do.
Yeah, I feel really good. It's the same approach as Daytona for me. Just got to learn the tracks as fast as I can. It's funny how the weekend played out. I feel like the guys got closer to me in the final day, even though I learnt the track at the start. I just gelled really quickly, had really good pace, and then as the weekend went on, guys got quicker and quicker. But I felt so good today in the race. It's frustrating not to be standing where Kyle is, but it's saying that I don't deserve it. It's not like I think I deserve it. I just want to be there. I felt good in the infield, and I could slow the race up in the first few laps, knowing I could make passes basically wherever I wanted to. And I got some more good advice actually from another American superstar. Ben Spees come to me today and just said, Troy, in other words, bugger the wind, don't worry about it, sit on for 4 laps and go like hell in the last 2. And he was right. It probably would have been pretty close otherwise. It would have been a run of the line, but anyway, didn't happen.
All right, well, congratulations on a good weekend anyway. Our winner today, Kyle Wyman, a sweep of both races here at Daytona. What were you thinking with the whole? I mean, you obviously saw that he got in there too deep. I mean, you didn't think there was anything funny going on, but tell us a little bit about what's going through your head when all that was happening on the last lap.
It was definitely a different scenario than yesterday for sure. And now that I play it back in my mind, I do see that he got in there. You got in there way deep, and you had to take all of that second curb. So, yeah, that makes a lot more sense to me of why it's like it felt the same as yesterday to me, except I was way further back, approaching it at Mach whatever, because I was just trying to make sure I could sniff the draft. I had a problem in the second to last lap that I lost a quick shifter, so I was like scrambling trying to shift this thing, and it's not an easy bike to shift even with a quick shifter, so I had to like gather it up, and that's the exact time that Troy put his head down. So he built like a 1.5 gap, maybe more, and on the last lap, I think I was taking chunks out of that in the infield. I think I ran a pretty good infield split, but I wasn't sure if I was going to get there, and even to have a sniff of the draft, and then, next thing I know, I'm going through the dirt again in the same spot as we did yesterday, and just hoping and praying again I'm going to get to the line first. So threw a little juke off NASCAR 4 and tried to shake him off, and we held on.
All right, congratulations. Any questions?
I guess I'll ask Kyle this since you won, Kyle. So out on the banking, you guys were all three side by side there. How close were you? Did you guys ever touch at all going around there?
Not as close as we were in the infield a couple times.
Did you touch in the infield a couple times?
No, but there was a couple swerves and moves.
Oh,
Couple haymakers.
Yeah.
okay. Thanks.
A couple desperate moves, we can say.